I kind of enjoy the foods I want while still losing weight. Do you have this limiting belief? In today's YouTube video, we're gonna break this all down and we're gonna talk about how this belief holds so many people back from reaching their fitness goals. Now, I don't blame you, nor many of these individuals. As a matter of fact, the fitness industry has sold us the idea that we gotta keep things really clean. You probably heard, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you gotta go low carbs, or you know what, don't even have carbs, right? Because that's gonna make you put on weight. So we hear this so often, social media, articles, and so forth, that we start to build this belief that I gotta make things really, really, really clean in order to lose weight. Which is why you're probably thinking right now, maybe right now is not the right time to lose weight. I'm just too busy because I did it before, Adrian. I know what it's like. Like, I bent my back. I was not able to go out. I said no so many times, and it came to the point where, okay, maybe I did lose the weight, maybe I didn't, but if I did or didn't, I was just so sick of it. I couldn't do it anymore. And once you came off of it and you went back to your old diet, unfortunately, you gained back the weight. Does that sound familiar? That's because of what the fitness industry has sold us. It's just not a sustainable strategy, because the goal ultimately, if you're listening to this, it's not for you to lose 20 pounds. It's for you to actually lose that 20 pounds because you want to be a different version of yourself. You want to keep it. You want to be that different version. You want to keep that different lifestyle. And this is really sad to say, but like a lot of times when I hear about dieting as a coach, it's really something where people are successful short term, but unsuccessful in general because it never really lasts. We want to make sure if you're losing weight, you can actually stay there. And what needs to change is your habits, and what needs to change is having a different approach. Okay, if your approach is, oh, what's the best, quickest way to lose weight, right? And doing something you absolutely hate, doing something really restrictive, it's never going to work out, and you're never actually going to transform your look, your life, and you're just going to yo-yo, and that's never fun. Okay, so let's actually talk about how it actually works with weight loss. So I was actually doing a training yesterday talking about how weight loss actually works, and I mentioned something when I was doing that training as to why a lot of people are actually unable to realize their fitness goals. Number one is actually education, and this is why you're here, and this is why, like, ever since I was talking about this from the beginning, you start to realize, I'm probably not informed, I'm probably not educated. So number one is education, and number two, because of that lack of education, and we see this constant cycling of losing weight, gaining weight, and never really actually keeping the results, we start to lose belief and confidence in ourselves. Maybe that sounds like you right now. Let me know in the comments if it is. Anyways, let's get into how it actually works when we lose weight. So it's really gonna go off the concept of calories in versus calories out. Now, in simple words, what that means is calories in is the food we're consuming. How much are we intaking? Calories out is the amount of calories we're burning via exercise, walking, chores, me even moving around like this. I'm still burning a little bit of calories. Now, if we mix that with the right macronutrients, which comprises of your carbs, your fats, and your proteins, and also you have the right amount of activity levels, you're going to lose weight. If you put yourself in a caloric deficit where you're eating less than your maintenance, you're going to lose weight. If you eat more than your maintenance, you're putting yourself in a surplus and you're going to gain weight. It's really that simple, and that is the foundation of weight loss. Now, I want to talk about diets. There's a billion diets out there. All diets will work if it puts you in a caloric deficit. Now, here's what's really important, and write this down. Your job when you choose a diet is not to just choose any diet, is to choose a diet that actually is sustainable and aligns with your lifestyle. That way it's long-term. So I'll say it again, your job is to find a diet that aligns with your lifestyle and is long-term and sustainable, because it's not hard to lose weight. I can literally starve myself and I could just like run every single day and lose weight like that because calories in, calories out, but it's not something that will work and change my life, because eventually I'm gonna stop doing that because it's not sustainable, and I probably absolutely hate it. And I do. I actually don't like running a lot. Well, I prefer walking a lot more than running, that's for sure. Understand that's the main concept of weight loss. Now, let's talk about what I do. What changed my life, what changed my clients' life as well, and that's flexible dieting. Now, if you've been trying all these different diets and you still feel stuck, I can guarantee you this diet, and it's not even really a diet because dieting has a bad connotation to it, this way of eating is gonna completely change your life. So what is flexible dieting? As the name implies, it's literally an approach where you're eating flexibly and you can lose weight. Now, you're probably wondering, Adrian, that's too good to be true, because I'm still holding on to this belief, we gotta eat clean, and I can't eat rice. These are all beliefs you need to abolish. So the purpose of this training, and hopefully this is gonna happen, is it's gonna change your paradigm and your perspective when it comes to dieting and losing weight. We don't need to think like that, and we don't need to actually act on that as well. So with flexible dieting, how it works is a 80-20 split. 80% of your foods are generally gonna be good macros, which means it's good protein, not super high in carbs and fats, and then 20% can be the food foods you want to be eating. So it's totally fine to eat a pizza in a day, right? If you really want to eat a pizza in a day, you definitely can, as long as it fits your total calories and macros, right? Because like I mentioned just earlier, the main concept of weight loss is calories in, calories out, and hitting your target calories and macros. That's the main thing, right? If you follow this diet or this approach of eating, 80-20, let's just say you're 80%, you're gonna have to make sure you get most of your protein in, if not all, right? And once you do, and you have a little bit of room for carbs and fats, you could definitely have that pizza. You could definitely have that sweet. You could definitely have those snacks. And let me tell you, like, this makes the most sense because you're able to eat the foods you want. You're having moderation, which is what most diets don't have. Balanced moderation. And you know, you start to change the paradigm on dieting, and that's game changing. You no longer have to believe, oh, I can't eat foods like this. Oh, that makes me gain weight. You don't see food like that. And because of that, your relationship with food improves a lot. Because let's be honest here, food is life, guys. We're put on this world. We're here to enjoy our life, and food is one big part of it. When I travel, a big part of traveling is food. So that's just like the one big thing when I travel. I'm a very picky eater when it comes to, well, picky in the sense of I like to eat the foods that I like to eat. So if someone's gonna tell me, Adrian, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, and that's the only way you're gonna look good and lose weight, my life's gonna be miserable. And I'm sure you could probably relate. Now, as we finish up here, I want you to write this down. Take note of this. You aren't stuck, you're just misinformed. You can get in shape eating the foods you want. You can get in shape eating the sweets you want, right? Sugar doesn't immediately gain fat. Eating too much sugar makes you gain fat, and not understanding about calories and macros. Because let me tell you, like, a lot of people just blindly follow a diet, but they don't know anything about this. They don't know anything about how it actually works when it comes to losing weight physiologically. The best is educate yourself. Watch my YouTube videos. If you haven't, subscribe to my YouTube if you're already finding value in this. Learn, study, and it's not that hard. Like, it's not like something like coding. So once again, you're not stuck, you're just misinformed. And if you're just blindly following something that you're not sure about, it's inevitable that you're going to fail, because if it doesn't work anymore, you're out of options and you don't know how to get out of it. So knowledge is power. I want you to know, in this game of weight loss, it's not about outworking, it's about outlasting. We don't need to eat super clean and eat chicken and broccoli and rice every single meal. Does it work? Yeah, it does if you put yourself in a caloric deficit once again, but is it sustainable? No. So what's the point of you pushing so hard to lose 20 pounds in 2 months, but after 2 months, you're just burnt out, miserable, you're quitting, and now you don't know what else to do but reroute to your old habits. And now even worse, because you feel so deprived for so long, you actually start to binge. And I'm sure you could probably relate. You're like, oh, I didn't have these foods for so long. I gotta give myself a break, you know. And now you start to really, you know, loosen up the grip, and you gain a lot of weight back. And this constantly happens. Now you gain the weight back. Later down the road, several months afterwards, half a year afterwards, you get motivated again. You start to do another thing. Same thing. You restrict yourself really aggressively, gain the weight back when you get burnt out, and the cycle continues. That's not a way of dieting. And to make matters worse, be honest, it damages your metabolism. There's a lot of adaptation that happens to your metabolism, which happens with a lot of women I coach. Now what happens is, with adaptation, it's a fancy way of saying your metabolism slows down, and it makes it harder for you to lose weight moving forward. Okay, so don't go down that route. Make it flexible for yourself, make it easy for yourself, and understand you can enjoy the foods you want while still losing weight. So if you got value in today's video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on that notifications bell, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. See you guys.